Did the Five Nights at Freddy's movie live up to the hype? Let's talk about it. Welcome back, everybody, to another video. I just got back from seeing the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. I have a lot to say, but before we dive in, if you are new here, consider hitting that subscribe button, letting me know that you enjoy the kind of content that I put out here, and let me know other kinds of videos you guys want to see from me, and I'll try to get to it as fast as I can. Without further ado, let's get into the Five Nights at Freddy's review. The biggest thing to take away from here is, first of all, you guys do need to know, I have played the Five Nights at Freddy's games, but I wouldn't consider myself like an expert on the matter. I definitely know like what goes on in the games. I have like a general understanding of like what goes on. I have played the games. Now, that being said, I found this movie to just be really funny. And I don't know if that was like their goal here, was to make this movie like really funny. You ever watch those like horror movies that are like, they're a little bit scary, but they're more like funny? Like the scares that happen are pretty funny, and that just funny things happen in them. It was one of those movies for me personally. Also, there was a point in the movie where, if you guys have known, a famous YouTuber, Matt Pat, or Game Theory, he essentially has made like a bunch of just Five Nights at Freddy's theories and all of this stuff when Five Nights at Freddy's, like the main series, was still going on, and he still might be doing that. Well, he does make a short cameo in this movie, I believe, as like a waiter or something. And he even says the line like, "That's just a theory," which I don't know. I thought it was cool that they had him in there. I just was glad to see him in there. Matthew Lillard as William Afton was a really great choice. I mean, from the moment I saw him, I was like, I don't know, when you see Matthew Lillard in a movie, you know he's going to play an important role. He's not just going to play the random guy that Josh Hutcherson sees to get a job. You know he's gonna be more than that. So when I saw Matthew Lillard, I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely our guy, the purple guy that they've referenced in the game. And boy, does he make a performance towards the end of the movie. He really has you believing that he is just this psychopath. For me, it just felt like it felt like we were getting like Stu from the original Scream. Like that kind of vibe is what I got from him, and I just absolutely loved it. I also don't know if this cupcake has a name. It might, but I'm gonna call it Cupcake for the sake of this video. Just really funny. Like there were moments where I was like, oh, Chica's gonna attack. No, the cupcake attacks everybody by either just like chewing their face off or their leg. And I just thought it was like a funny thing. I don't know. It kind of was right up my alley in terms of humor. One of the biggest things, so again, being somebody that hasn't played a lot of the games, I feel like it really did do a good job in terms of like translating from a gaming series to a movie. A lot of times it just doesn't translate well. Like a lot of things look weird and out of place. I thought everything looked pretty good considering, you're trying to make a horror movie about animatronics come to life. I think they did pretty good in terms of just visual quality and that kind of thing. There were a couple of moments, although it was mostly a funny movie, that actually did catch me off guard. Specifically when Springtrap shows up for the first time, he almost like, I don't want to say like jukes Josh Hutcherson's character out, like he doesn't juke him out, but he like runs at him quick and like hits him. That scared me because in the whole movie we saw the animatronics move, and like they move at like a steady pace. This thing was like full on track star, like ready to like punch somebody in like a fighting match or something. It was kind of funny. Again though, most of it kind of similar to the game was a lot of jump scares. There was some horror element, but it's one of those movies that I think it knows that like it was trying to be a little bit funny, because the whole idea of animatronics coming to life, in my opinion, isn't like, I'm scared of that. It's just more of like a really funny concept, and it's funny to watch the characters interact with that. So I had asked my friend if, the whole idea of the lady cop in this being the daughter of Springtrapper William Afton was like in the game, because when I was in the theater, a lot of people were like, like when they heard that, that was kind of like, I was assuming that wasn't in the game. And my friend did confirm for me, no, this is not in the game. This is something they completely did for the movie. And if I'm being quite honest, I liked it. I thought it was a good twist. It was a little, like, you knew she was hiding something, but you didn't know it was that. I thought it was gonna be like maybe her childhood best friend was one of those people that got, you know, put in the suit. But that was a better twist, I thought. So, I don't know, because like him and like his daughter kind of running the whole thing to get people in that position. I thought it was pretty neat. But overall, I had a good time with this one. My biggest thing was I just would laugh all the time. Like when the animatronics would look at like Josh Hutcherson or just all these different characters, they would have this look on their face like, are you serious? And I don't know, I just kept laughing because it was like, I don't know, just like the way that they were designed, and like you kind of feel like they do have a bit of personality in there, and it really resonated with my kind of humor. I don't know, I found it really funny. I do want to say quick before I end this review, if you are going into this thinking like, oh, I'm ready for like an actual scary movie, do not kind of go in with that mindset. I would say go in with the mindset of just having fun with the Fnaf series as a whole. Because although there are like a couple horror moments in this isn't really a horror movie. And yes, I'm saying that it's made by Blumhouse, which is kind of ironic, but it's more of like, let's celebrate the Fnaf world. That's not to say that there aren't brutal deaths in this, but for the most part, it's just like, how can we, adapt a game to a movie? And I think it turned out pretty well as somebody, again, who has a decent amount of knowledge about the Fnaf series. Let me know what you all think of this movie. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Is this the first time you're hearing about it, or do you plan on seeing the Fnaf movie? I do also think that we might get a sequel, just kind of based on how the end credits kind of turned, like just went, I guess. But I guess we'll kind of see. My friend had told me that they're planning a trilogy. I haven't heard anything like that, but I guess we'll just kind of see in time. But thank you guys so much for watching, and let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the Fnaf movie is, or if you didn't like it at all, let me know what you didn't like about this movie. As always, guys, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.